What's up, guys? Mr. Dan here. Welcome back to another Martial Arts Monday review. This week we're taking a look at the second film in the career of Bruce Lee, as far as starring roles go. You know what I'm saying? Fist of Fury, aka The Chinese Connection. Previously on the channel, I reviewed The Big Boss. Please check out that review. Both of those and 3 other films come in this Bruce Lee Ultimate Collection that I got from eBay. A pretty decent collection. Doesn't go all out or anything, but it's got enough, for me anyway, enough special features and extras to make it worthwhile. It does not have Enter the Dragon, so I have that film separately. When I get to the end of the set, I will rank all of the films. I think that would be fun. I did enjoy this one quite a bit. It's a Bruce Lee film, after all. Just like The Big Boss, it was directed by Lo Wei, who also appears in the film as a police inspector. And just like The Big Boss, it co-stars James Tien, Nora Mao, and Maria Yi. So lots of familiar faces and lots of recognizable and very important people working in the background as stunt performers. Apparently Yuan Biao is in there somewhere. And apparently there's a scene where Bruce Lee kicks one of the antagonists through a window, and the stunt double was Jackie Chan. And apparently there was some concern that, because apparently it was a pretty hard kick. Apparently there was some concern for his safety, his health at the end of it, so Bruce Lee ran over to make sure he was okay, and he was fine. I actually rewound that part when they swapped in Jackie Chan as the stunt double. You can't tell it all. There's another scene where he swings around a couple guys, and then they switch to a couple dummies. I mean, it's quite obvious. Other than that, this is technically a really pretty good film. Just like The Big Boss, kind of an adult-oriented film. Little nudity, which was probably cut out of the version I saw on TV. Some violence, some blood. Pretty heavy film overall. And essentially, this takes place in 1908 in China. It helps to know a little bit about the background. The shirt is just coincidence. I didn't mean to wear this. Because there's a famous scene in here where he goes to, I think they may have called it like the zone of exclusion or something in Shanghai, where the British set up this area that the Chinese were not allowed to go into. So there's an infamous sign that said dogs and Chinese not allowed. And the Chen Zhen character played by Bruce Lee actually kicks that sign apart. It's a pretty iconic scene. So essentially he returns home for the funeral of his master, and he promptly figures out that he was poisoned, and he starts to get his revenge. And it's basically a movie about the expression of national pride. The rival school that is responsible is, as is often the case, a Japanese school. And as is often the case, their mouthpiece is a Weasley local person who's like a traitor, essentially. So typically those characters get their comeuppance in a very satisfying way in these films. And on the heels of the funeral, the rival school shows up with what they call a gift. And it's basically a sign that says the sick man of Asia. And here's where it helps to know a little bit about the history. That was a phrase that was used to describe, at various times in history, different countries in Asia that were doing poorly economically, which apparently China was at the turn of the century. So Bruce Lee returns the sign, and then not only breaks it apart, but breaks a few people apart in the process. He just can't help himself. A lot of people are saying, oh, the master wouldn't want that. So there's a little bit of that same dilemma from The Big Boss, but they really don't go into it. I mean, in The Big Boss, the first third of the film, he's holding back. Not so in this film. So he kicks all kinds of butt. Of course, they have some formidable fighters, and they even have a foreign Russian fighter staying with them, who eventually will, as you can imagine, fight the Chen Zhen character. So he hurts a couple guys real bad, has to go into hiding, learn some more information about this nefarious plot that they have to eliminate the school. The police inspector's kind of caught in the middle, he's kind of working for the authorities, but he doesn't really want to arrest Chen Zhen, so he's kind of in a tough spot, and eventually he just kicks ass the rest of the film until the final confrontation. And so it kind of ends maybe on a downer a little bit, but also it's a little bit uplifting, because I guess the film is really about the expression of national pride and pride in your martial arts forms. I mean, it's mostly, for me, an interesting film to watch in terms of being a snapshot in the career of Bruce Lee and of the times. The special features on here, there's a few pretty good ones. There's an interview with Yun Hua, who was built very much like Bruce Lee and sometimes doubled for him or was a stand-in. So they got to know each other pretty well, and apparently he talks about how competitive Bruce Lee was. They would do like handstands for an hour and things like that, to the point where they were in tears. And there was a stunt that involved a flip, and Bruce Lee told Yun Hua, "Well, try doing it with a flip and a kick while you're flipping," and he did a really good job with it because he said he was pretty good at that kind of thing. So then Bruce had to try it like 5 times till he could perfect it himself. So, and there's some trailers and some slideshows and so forth. All in all, a pretty decent set if you're just starting out into the films of Bruce Lee and you don't want to go all out. But that's about it. That's the plot. It's an enjoyable Bruce Lee film. And as I said, I will eventually rank all these films when I get to the last one. And what are your thoughts? Have you seen Fist of Fury? Let me know in the comments below. What is your favorite Bruce Lee film? And come back again for another Martial Arts Monday review. Thanks.